This is your daily briefing, and you are, of course, most welcome to it. Let's start with the most alarming thing and work our way out, because the further we get away from this particular item, the better. Massive alarm bell this morning, and I'm not talking about the thing that wakes me up in my beddy bumps. I'm talking about the photograph that's come up on, I don't know if it's on the official Spurs thing, but it's online. Spurs dressing room. You're familiar with the way that looked. It sort of arches around so everybody, I guess, can hear the coach. And Nuno has put in place a huge decal, or comparatively large decal, of a football pitch on the floor. It's blue and white, so it goes with the aesthetics of the changing facilities. I would guess, it's difficult to tell from the picture, I would guess it might be 2 or 3 metres along the back of the goalpost and 5 or 6 metres down the sides. I'm just guessing. It's not full size, like a sort of, those chess games you can find in parks, that we push the rook and the what's it around. And to that extent, is it like one of those like World War II things where you have like a picture of a Stuka bomber and a shuffleboard stick, and I don't know what it is. I'm not a person, I think, who would see something, not understand it, and then berate it because I don't understand it. I just think that this is not an advance in technology, and this is a really strange thing to try and work out how this works with professional sportsmen. They know what a football pitch looks like. The whiteboards on stands with the blue and the red counters we've seen in every single dressing room in the land. Those took over from chalkboards. Perhaps this is to. I don't see it taking over from these whiteboards. I think it's weird. Does Anthony Joshua? Does he have a boxing ring mapped out, a decal on his dressing room floor? Does Usain Bolt have a decal of a 100, 200 metre stretch of? No, I don't think he does either. It's really peculiar. But this guy's going to be judged by results. So in truth, I don't care if he has decals of gnomes and unicorns all over the floor. It doesn't make any difference to me. I really don't care. I just want us to win something. But I'm enormously sceptical that this is part and parcel of that process. Really don't get it. Speaking of strange things, there's some stuff, there's some quotes that have sort of been dug out or have emerged. I'm not entirely sure from who, but in relating to Parrott, who's gone to MK Dons on loan again. I would suggest that third time's a charm for this boy, and we really need to see some evidence, some tangible proof, if you will, that he is he's going to be a professional footballer. I think he's been enormously indulged. I think he was misdiagnosed, which was almost certainly Tottenham's fault in the first instance. He's definitely not a striker. He's looked a little bit leggy to me. From what we've seen of him in the pre-season games. But don't tell me it's about getting fit. How on earth has he gone from being, super fit, which he wasn't in any of the clips I saw when he was at Millwall or when he was at was it Ipswich? Yes, he's had injuries. We all get injuries. Listen, just spare me the backstory and show me something that gives me a real sense of hope. MK Dons have fantastic facilities. I know there's a bad taste in the mouth because it was, suggested, and I actually championed it because of where it was and all the rest of it. But their facilities are superb. Don't know if you've ever been to the stadium. It's hilarious. I've stayed in the hotel, which is built around the stadium. So when you get your room number, you could end up with a good 30-minute walk to your room because obviously you could have walked around the green stuff. But so let's see what happens. But the quotes here, Mourinho said of Troy, and this may give us an indication into the mindset of the boy, because it was something he was not doing. Every time he was playing with the kids, he was playing with the mentality of, I shouldn't be here, I am too good to be here. I had exactly the same words with Scott McTominay. He was not loved in his age group because he was not there in the right frame of mind. The moment we started changing that, lots of things started changing for him. If Parrott can get his head round the fact that you don't just walk into the first team squad of any team, it will serve him well. I don't believe that the penny's dropped for that kid yet. That needs to happen, mate. You need to buck your ideas up, put your head down, and as the old blues numbers used to say, pay your dues. Galatasaray have made an offer for Tottenham defender Japhet Tanganga, according to Mike McGrath in the Telegraph. Some of you may recall in one of the very early clips I did on here, some of the Turkish clubs, Galatasaray definitely one of them, have form for just popping their beak in occasionally and keeping themselves in the mix. Very rarely do they buy from the Premier League. Very rarely do they sell to the Premier League. But they do have form for being in touch, agents being in touch with media outlets. I can't see this happening. I think this is just keeping them sort of hi, don't forget us kind of way. I could be wrong. Maybe Tanganga is desperate to up sticks and quit his family and go and live in beautiful Turkey. But if that happens, I'll buy all of you an ice cream. And according to Tutor Mercato Web, direct contacts are underway for Tottenham Hotspur defensive target Nikola Milinkovic as managing director Fabio Paratici expands his scope. I think this is a reheated dinner, which is the politest way of putting it. But by the same token, this boy is no stand-in for Christian Romero. And anything on Romero you read today is utterly recycled. Unless he's announced. That would be the only deviation. And Charlie Eccleshare, I'll read out a bit and you tell me where I'm wrong if I'm being unreasonable. Vast majority of the squad are in something of a holding pattern as they want to see what happens next. A few players, including Moussa Sissoko, Sergio Aurier and Davinson Sanchez, have been told that Spurs would like to get rid of them this summer. Although he uses the phrase "move them on." Excuse me. Slight curveball is that Lucas Moura would be available for sale if the right offer were to come in. The Athletic understands. But he then says, and this is the thing that kills me because it doesn't work like this in the grown-up land. It was a pre-season friendly. That said, his impressive pre-season performances, including in Wednesday night 3-1 win at MK Dons when he registered a goal and an assist, will help his cause. No, they won't help his cause at all. Spurs, like every other, for all their faults, like every other grown-up, corporation run by grown-ups, are not going to look at a player and say on a Monday, yeah, I think if the right money came in, that would make sense for us to move him on. And then Tuesday, he gets a goal and assist against a League One club. Oh, well, maybe. No. It doesn't work like that. And this is the killer. And then there are those, Harry Winks and Eric Dyer, looking to re-establish themselves after difficult spells under Jose Mourinho. I may as well say after difficult spells under these skies. What Mourinho had to do with those two clowns, there's nothing there. It's just laughable. As I said to you, I think Winks is going to stay because of the homegrown thing, and I think the club has a misguided sense of a connection, a loyalty with Eric Dyer that I think an increasing number of people in the fan base simply do not understand, and more to the point, simply do not wish to understand. It's the same with Dele Alli. And I don't want to repeat what I said yesterday, word for word, but I think when the fans are back in, some of this is not going to so much boil over, but already be at boiling point when people actually come through the turnstiles. And I think we're in for some fun and games because I cannot see. I mean, one of you brilliantly commented in the comment section on here yesterday. Who was it that dubbed Harry Winks a fan favourite? Yeah, it wasn't me either. Right, that's your lot. No sign of the Romero thing getting done. And the reports, they're all over the place. up 5 million, down 5 million, pushing hard. You know, it's just good luck. Keep it on them.